Welcome to One Chapter, One Thought. I'm Pastor Chris from Landcroft Bible Church in New Jersey. And every weekday I read one chapter of the New Testament and offer one brief devotional thought. Today's reading is from the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 3. Therefore, when we could endure it no longer, we thought it best to be left behind at Athens alone. And we sent Timothy, our brother and God's fellow worker in the gospel of Christ, to strengthen and encourage you as to your faith, so that no one would be disturbed by these afflictions. For you yourselves know that we have been destined for this. For indeed, when we were with you, we kept telling you in advance that we were going to suffer affliction. And so it came to pass, as you know. For this reason, when I could endure it no longer, I also sent to find out about your faith, for fear that the tempter might have tempted you and our labor would have been in vain. But now that Timothy has come to us from you and has brought us good news of your faith and love, and that you always think kindly of us, longing to see us as we long to see you, for this reason, brethren, in all our distress and affliction, we are comforted about you through your faith. For now we really live if you stand firm in the Lord. For what thanks can we render to God for you in return for all the joy with which we rejoice because our God on your account, as we night and day keep praying most earnestly that we may see your face and may complete what is lacking in your faith. Now may our God and Father himself and Jesus our Lord direct our way to you, and may the Lord cause you to increase and abound in love for one another and for all people, just as we also do for you, so that he may establish your hearts without blame in holiness before our God and Father at the coming of our Lord Jesus with all his saints. One thought. Just as we saw from the last chapter, 1 Thessalonians 2, that we don't need to overcomplicate discipleship. Making disciples happens through sharing your life and sharing the word. So also we see a bit about what it means to be church here at the end of 1 Thessalonians chapter 3, and we don't need to overcomplicate it. Paul is praying a blessing over the Thessalonians and also praying to the Lord that the Lord may bring him back to them because he has this fond affection for them and they have a fond affection for him. And he says in this prayer of blessing in verse 12, may the Lord cause you to increase and abound your love for one another. So, being the church is loving one another, loving one another well. That is what it means to be the church. To increase and abound means to grow and get better and better and better at loving each other and bearing with each other and forgiving each other and being patient with each other and long-suffering together. Love. We don't need to overcomplicate it. It's not about programs and events and curriculums and all of that. And all of that is good and well, but fundamentally, being the church means we just love each other. And he wants the Lord to increase their love for one another and for all people. So that's mission, right? That's having a heart for the lost, a heart for people outside the faith. So there's community, love one another, and there's mission. Have this heart and desire for all people. We want more people to hear about Jesus, to find forgiveness and life in him. And then he talks about so that God may establish your hearts without blame in holiness before our God and Father. And so holy living, right? Worship of the Lord, having that shape our lives so that we're living for him, being obedient to him, and growing in holiness, this devotion to the Lord. That is what church is about. So you see community, you see mission, and you see worship and growth in our faith here in what Paul is praying and bringing together in church. That's what church is about. And so let's not get distracted or lose focus on these really, really important things. Sometimes it is the most simple things which can be forgotten, but it's love for God and love for each other, and then love for others that makes up what church is all about.